Good evening. We are the OPE SWPPP team, and we want to thank you for being here tonight. OPE interns have been busy training to be leaders in the stormwater industry. We've cleaned our storm drains, taken our stormwater samples, analyzed the results, and created ways to make an impact in our community.
This year, the OPE SWPPP team has done a Leaders Don't Litter campaign. We talked about our Leaders Don't Litter campaign at an assembly, and also did an experiment where we put trash on the ground, and then we watched the people who picked up trash. Yes, SWPPP interns littered, but it was fake litter. We gave the people who picked up the trash a piece of blue tape to put around their finger. During the assembly, we asked all the people with the tape to come up on stage, and then we acknowledged them as leaders. The next week, we noticed a chalk message on the blacktop that said, "Don't litter, be a leader." It's really cool to see that lots of the littler kids at OPE really care about our message and the effects of littering. We also discovered 4 huge rain barrels on campus that were not being used, and we wanted to find a way to use the water. The rainwater is captured off the 500 building's roof. Luckily, SWPPP interns have been studying the pollutant levels of the roof for the last 5 years. The pollutant we are most concerned about that comes off the roof is total coliform. As you can see, the lab results for the last 4 years show the levels are way below the APA benchmark. Captured rainwater is not safe to drink, but it is safe to water trees, ornamentals, and even crops as long as some best practices are followed. The Environmental Protection Agency refers to several studies done by Rutgers and the Sightline Institute on the safety of irrigating crops with captured rainwater. These studies outline some best practices we will follow. It is suggested by researchers to water the soil rather than spray the plant. This is because the soil helps filter the water that the plant will drink. As a rain barrel best practice, you shouldn't collect the first rainwater of the season, or first flush as it's called. The runoff from the first rain collects a lot of pollutants from the roof. A first flush diverter pipe can be installed to help. Researchers also recommend, for particularly dirty water, to put a solution of 1 ounce chlorine bleach to 55 gallons of water to clean it. Finally, rain barrels need to be drained and cleaned annually.
Our team decided to use the water to grow a mandarin tree. So the big question is, can we collect and store enough water in the rain barrels to keep the tree alive? San Diego has a 32-week dry season from April to October. The amount of rain we have in the barrels in April will need to last us all the way to October. We did research and found out that the mandarin trees need 20 gallons of water per week. Our rain barrels can store up to 820 gallons of water. So 32 weeks times 20 gallons needed per day is 640 gallons. Our rain barrels can store enough water to water the tree throughout the dry season.
But will enough water run off of the roof into the rain barrels every year? 640 gallons is a lot of water. So to calculate that, we figured out the size of our roof. Our roof is 190 feet by 40 feet for a total of 7,600 square feet. On average, San Diego receives 12 inches of rain per year. If we multiply the square footage of the roof by our annual rainfall times the gallons to inches conversion of 0.63, we find that there is enough potential to collect 56,812 gallons per year off of the roof. That much water would fill 277 barrels. So, absolutely yes, the amount of rain that flows off of the roof is enough to fill our rain barrels.
We found a great spot to plant the tree in the science garden. The space needed to be cleared of weeds, leveled, and a big hole dug. Luckily, we had some help from 3 very nice and very strong missionaries, and the area is almost ready to plant. The next step was to engineer a way to get the water from the rain barrels over to the tree planter. Because the water needs to travel 80 feet away from the barrels and then climb 4 feet up to the tree planter, we need to use an electric pump. The pump will be plugged into a timer. The timer will be programmed to start and stop the pump for the amount of time the tree needs to be irrigated.
We researched what drip irrigation we will use to give the tree 20 gallons of water per week. We needed to know how much water comes out of the emitter every hour and how long the length of the irrigation line needs to be. We discovered that 1 hour of drip irrigation waters our mandarin tree correctly because the hose length has 10 emitters, and every emitter irrigates 1 gallon of water per hour. So we need to run the irrigation for 1 hour, 2 days a week, to get 20 gallons of water to the tree. We are almost ready to hook up the irrigation to the tree planter and hope to plant the tree by the end of the school year.
Our rain barrel project is great for the environment because harvesting rainwater conserves potable water resources. Rain barrels capture the rainwater before it can run off and carry pollutants to the storm drain. Best of all, we are doing a project that incorporates all the elements of science, technology, research, engineering, art, and math, and actually have created a stream from the rain barrels to the mandarin tree.
We would like to thank Mr. Smith from the USD grounds crew for cutting the concrete and installing a pipe for our project. And one more thing we didn't get a chance to talk about tonight. The Gator Grate Company gave us an awesome storm drain cover for our parking lot drain. This cover looks great and helps filter TSS. Thank you.